What is that rascal Pat McMahon up to now with another Take 5 for Foodies? Well, I'm going to try to make it simple because what I'm going to do is I'm going to be talking about taking a fork and some bread and some cheese, dipping the bread into the cheese, and, repeat after me, we have fondue. But it isn't that simple, is it, Anthony?
It's quite easy. Quite easy.
Well, but here you are now, as far as I'm concerned, one of the leading authorities on fondue and Swiss French food preparation at Le Chalet. Yes. This is the time we give the address, by the way.
Okay, this is 5626 West Bell Road in Glendale.
In the 5600 block of West Bell, fondue is one of the specialties among many. Yes. Anthony Ferre is the co-owner and head chef. But let's talk about fondue and what it is and what it isn't. Did it originate, I'm asking a Frenchman now,
okay.
Did it originate in Switzerland or in France?
It's very close. It's very close. Let's say it's come from this one. Actually, this recipe is specially made in Switzerland. That's the Swiss recipe of fondue.
Well, you say this recipe. I think an awful lot of folks just think you put cheese in, you melt it, and you put the bread in. There's more?
Different kind of cheeses, okay? In France, we use 3 different kind of cheeses, but in this type of fondue, we only use Gruyere cheese. Gruyere cheese, which is aging for almost a year, and it's very, very dry. We add a little bit of Chablis wine. Okay?
Thank you.
Oh, Chablis wine.
Yes.
Then a little bit of Kirschwasser, a little bit of cornstarch.
And that's a cherry liqueur?
That's a cherry liqueur, Kirschwasser, cherry liqueur. Then we mixed everything together and add a little bit of garlic as well.
Garlic. I've had fondue in so many different places, and I've never even thought that garlic was
just a little bit of garlic, just to enhance, the taste of the cheese. But no salt, no pepper. If you get the right cheese, the right amount of wine and Kirschwasser, you get the perfect fondue.
Wait a minute.
You want to try it?
I'll be the judge of that. Okay. Now, just a second. Okay, so we dip this in.
Yes.
And tell me about the appropriate temperature if somebody is making fondue with one of those fondue sets that you get at your wedding. So if you're making it at home and you use those ingredients, what about the temperature to melt the cheese?
Let's say about 120. 120 would be perfect. 120. It's good? Uh-huh.
Wait a minute. I think I almost became French. Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
Yes, and the bread itself.
The bread, I use the sourdough bread. I got like huge loaf, but that big. Okay, and I like to have I'm just gonna touch it with my fingers. Okay, but it has to be about this size. And usually we can have the bread toasted as well. You have a little crunch, a little bite.
Yeah.
And with the Swiss cheese, and it's very good.
That's sensational. Tell me what other kinds of cheeses are used in real traditional European fondue.
Okay, in the French fondue from the French Alps, we use Beaufort, we use Gruyere, and we use Emmentaler. Okay, 3 different kind of cheeses. For the Swiss fondue, we can use 100% of Gruyere cheese, or 50% of Gruyere cheese, and 50% of what's the name again?
Raclette?
Not raclette. Appenzeller.
Oh, okay. Well, but I hear the term raclette, and particularly coming from Switzerland, as an item that I see on menus. That is a kind of cheese, isn't it?
Raclette is the name of the cheese, actually. It's a huge wheel of cheese. Okay, it's not as dry. It's not as dry as the
other kind.
The other kind, yeah. It's not as dry as the other kind. Good job, and. So this is something that expand all its flavor when it's melting. Okay, so we have a specific tool that we have at Le Chalet, and we just scrape the top of the cheese, and we let melt the cheese on the top of potatoes and cold cuts. So that's the raclette. Raclette actually means racler. We mean scrape. Okay, that's the term.
Aren't you glad you're with us with this kind of an education and at no extra charge? And we haven't even talked about dessert fondue, cream puffs, and apples, and are these brownies?
Yes.
And strawberries, and these are available at Le Chalet, along with a number of other things. And while you're telling everybody about one of my favorite words, Flammenkuchen, and that's from the Alsace region.
From the Alsace.
Okay, as you're describing another of your specialties, I'm going to go ahead with my enjoyment of the fondue. If you will, please.
All right. So the Flammenkuchen, this is a, okay, I don't like to say that, but let's call it like a French pizza. It's a very, very, I'm sorry. This is a very, very flat bread, okay? You can almost see through it, okay? And it's just a little layer of sour cream, salt, pepper, seared onion, seared bacon, and a little bit of Swiss cheese.
The word sounds German, Flammenkuchen.
Yes, because it's from Alsace. You know, Alsace is very close to the border of Germany. So,
and the Germans drop by every once in a while.
Yes, once in a while.
Okay, now listen. Fondue, Flammenkuchen, dessert, so many things on the menu. You can look it up, of course, on lechalet.com, right?
Yes, absolutely.
But also, about 30 seconds on the special events. I don't know of any fondue restaurant, any Swiss-French restaurant that has stand-up comedy and music, too.
Yes, absolutely. Every Fridays and Saturday, we build a ice cave in the restaurant. Mm-hmm. It's a real ice cave, and all the group from all the band from Glendale, all the young comedians that we want to promote, they got actually a location to perform and try to be successful.
What a terrific idea. Fun entertainment and fondue on the menu, along with so many other things at Le Chalet. You can ask for Anthony Ferre if you like, because you met him on Take 5 for Foodies. Excuse me.